Hey, Chase with IR.Tools. So today we're doing something that I think is pretty neat, and that is taking this very old school Sportsman 78 from Remington, which is sort of their cheap Sears version of the Remington 700, and we're going to zero it with this Trijicon IR Hunter. We're going to use our universal zeroing target with our 2mm by 2mm thermal zeroing diamond. And yeah, you may think this is kind of a weird setup, but honestly, where we live in Virginia, you don't get a ton of very long shots, and the woods tend to be fairly close. You're not going to stretch out more than a couple hundred yards normally. And this is a very lightweight rifle. It holds 5 rounds in its internal magazine, and it's very handy, honestly. And with the thermal optic on top, it's extremely versatile in all lighting conditions. And you can really use this to burn through some brush pretty well, some light brush, to see animals and that kind of thing. And that's a lot of what we have around here in the Virginia woods. Deciduous forests, some evergreen forests, and depending on the kind of trees, you're going to get a different amount of ground clutter. And as long as the ground clutter is not too dense, thermals work great for looking through it. So it's a very handy hunting optic, especially when deer bed down, that kind of stuff. So we're going to get this rifle all zeroed up. So let's get to it. Okay, we got this thing all set up and ready to zero. So let's see what we can do. Let's check that group. All right, as you can see, we are about 2 feet high and to the left by almost a foot. So we just put the optic on their rifle, so obviously that's not to be unexpected, and we're going to make some adjustments. So the neat thing about thermals is that, unlike regular optics, you can zero them by getting a shot group like we did, and then moving the reticle to that shot group, as long as you keep the rifle in the same place. So that's what I did. I moved it all the way up and over to the left, and we got our next round that I just put on the target only about 2.5 inches high. So now all I'm going to do is bring that down just a little bit more, and we should be on target in about 6 or 7 rounds, which is very nice when you're shooting .308. All right, so we've made what are hopefully our final adjustments. Let's see if we're on, and then we can confirm at range. All right, so got it zeroed. And now we're gonna go test it at long range. So as you can see here, ended up doing okay. We spent way too much time over here and a little bit too much time over here. But that was on me messing up some adjustments. But anyway, the last 3 were here, here, and here, which again, you know, that's not the best group at 100, but couple of things to keep in mind. This rifle is from 1978, and I am shooting 147 grain NATO ball. So 1, not the most inherently accurate system. 2, not the most inherently accurate shooter. And 3, that is extremely inconsistent ammo. It's M80 ball. Why am I shooting with that? Well, I have a bunch, and it's cheaper than really, really good ammo. Yes, when I go hunting with this rifle, I will confirm my zero with my actual 168 grain match. It may be a little off, but in my experience with this rifle, it's close enough where I can shoot a couple of rounds and be exactly where I need to be. But for, you know, expending larger volumes of ammunition, especially with .308, it's a far more affordable way to go with the 147 grain ball. All right, so we've got our steel at about 290-ish. And that's kind of a far shot for hunting, honestly, on the East Coast. It happens. Even M80 ball is capable of it. The rifle's capable of it. I should be capable of it. So we're going to see. It's full. We're going to see what we've got there. See what we can do. I'm just going to shoot it freehand because it's more fun. So let's see what happens. Good solid connection there. There we go, another connection. So the rifle's zeroed, and if I do my part, then we get our hits. So that's pretty cool. So guys, quick overview on using our universal zeroing target with our thermal zeroing paster, Trijicon IR Hunter, and a very neat retro Remington Sportsman 78. Hopefully you guys are getting out there, doing some hunting, getting out in the woods, getting back to nature. If you got any questions, comments, put them below. If you want to check out all of our targets, you can go out on our website and do that. That is just IR.Tools. Click the shop button, get yourself something useful and awesome. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Train hard to live free. See you next time.